Good afternoon and namaste, and welcome to the first session of the GMR Aerocity D2C Fest celebrating life offline. So, coming up with the first panel, firstly, since all of you are here, I would actually like it if you could give a warm welcome to all our panelists. थोड़ी जान है, I think breakfast करके आए Saturday है. Okay, so let me introduce you to our panelists first. Mr. Vipen Jain, founder and CEO of Inspire. Mr. Mohit Khanna,
Hi everyone.
Executive Assistant Manager, Pride Plaza Hotels. Mr. Siddhant Gupta from Chic, and Mr. Bharat Bansal from Nirmalaya. So, first session. So, we're talking about seasonal hits, decoding the success mojo. How would you define, how would you decode the success mojo if we start with, for your particular companies? Bharat, if we start with you.
So I think for us, two festivals are the biggest seasons, like Diwali and Holi, because we are an incense brand. We actually make incense from recycled temple flowers, and on Holi we also launch organic gulal. So Diwali and Holi are one of our biggest festivals where we come up with different products, and major of our sales are online. Uh, we actually start preparing 5 or 6 months before the festival. So if you imagine when we are doing the dispatches for Diwali, we are already working towards Holi. So we have to be prepared a lot before the festival comes in.
So Diwali and Holi are the major areas. Okay, Siddhant, if we start with you, how how do you decode the success mojo?
So we are manufacturers and retailers of women apparel, Indo-Western wear, and Bharat mentioned that Diwali is always the biggest festival for any Indian brand or any brands operating in India. Diwali is still the best for us, and also the wedding season is also very good for us. And all our marketing activities and our product development is centered around these months, which is the third and the fourth quarter. And yeah, so that's what we do.
Lovely. Mr. Mohit?
Yeah, hi. So what happens is we belong to hospitality industry. So I always keep on saying that decoding of success is precisely on the 5 pillars. The first and the foremost pillar, which starts off, is basically your continuity and your sustainability of your business. How exactly you are churning the market. Second, very important for our industry is guest satisfaction, which we generally take it for our reviews, which we get it from our guest, and that's basically in one particular term, ours is a referral business. So this referral business only works out that how you are serving your guest, one. Second is whatever feedback you receive it from them, eventually help us to improve. So that's our second thing, second pillar you can say. The third is very important, which is our people. So you see a lot of people from Pride Group I've just called in for. So we generally believe that you need to invest in your people if you have to decode your success. And we have management trainees coming in, hotel operational trainees, and we have something called as service enhancers. These are the hand-picked people who are there in our hotel, who generally take care of all our client needs and ensure that they are almost there and all our guests are satisfied. Fourth, as you said, decoding itself means it's a word which has come in and which is generally talking about technology. So embracing the technology in today's world, we are the first hotel company. We have started our lot of technology base. We are going into AI very soon. We have already started working on that. So decoding itself, which means technology, and that is what we are embracing. Last and but not the least is metal versus metal, I keep on saying. So you need to have a metal to ensure what is unique in you and what your competitors are serving in, and that's how you decode your success.
You gave me some really nice pointers. I'll come to you soon on that. But Vipen, yes, your definition of decoding the success mojo.
So, hi everyone, good afternoon. First of all, I think thank you Businessworld for having us here, especially our brand showcasing multiple products. So what we do, we are country's first vegan family health wellness brand. When I say that, we cater to all solution to the problem related to health and fitness. In India, almost 88% people are protein deficient, which probably some of you may be knowing and some of you may not know that. Then, and averagely 33% of the people are suffering from lifestyle disease, which could be your blood pressure issues, your diabetes, infertility, and so on. So, coming back to your question, for me, decoding success would be, see, in marketing, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, and जो ज़्यादा दिखता है वो उससे भी ज़्यादा बिकता है. That's the simple theory. And when we started our brand, we were looking at that, how do we establish, because it's a very, very competitive market. How do we differentiate? Now, 140 billion population in the country, there are multiple religion connected to multiple, festival, which everybody is, emotional for, so they are emotions. So for us, I think it is one that, we innovate in terms of product, designing the product as per, the region, as per, the festival. Second, obviously that, how do we differentiate the product? So I think these two factors have actually, brought success for us.
Lovely. So, while we are on the marketing aspect of it, while we are on the AI aspect of it, so India is a country with diverse cultures. I am sure यहाँ पे कुछ तो होंगे मराठी, गुजराती, बंगाली, कुछ मेरे को कौन यहाँ पे कोई बंगाली है मैं मेरे अलावा anyone गुजराती पंजाबी पंजाबी थैंक यू सर आपने ये तो बताया सो कोई भी है मतलब अलग कोई डाइवर्स कंट्रीज कल्चर्स तो होंगे यस प्लीज मैम ask me see anyone else can anyone give me one at least Jain see Rajasthani see thank you Shweta so okay so since we are in a country with diverse cultures connecting with those cultures becomes very important for brands to, and especially during the season. We have just had one phase, which was Diwali, Dashera, Durga Puja. Coming on to the next, it's the wedding season also is coming. Quarter 3 and quarter 4 are the most heavy on the marketing side of it. So how do you leverage cultural heritage or cultural heritage to connect with the consumers? Vipin, if you start with you.
I think culture plays a very, very important role. I mean, every culture would have, some or another thing, which would be very, very important. How we actually connect is largely, bringing up a solution to that culture. So, for example, culture and season, they are two things which run parallelly, right? So, for example, the winter seasons have come, so we will be largely promoting, the product which we are consume at, this stage. Especially, when the summer comes, so we have to, pre-plan and do some, marketing initiatives for summer. So I think the culture and season plays an important role.
So season I think comes when that summer body is required. Fitspire comes ekdam samne.
Fitspire her season mein aata hai. Now the winters are approaching, so we are largely focusing on immunity. When summers come, obviously we focus more on fitness, running, gymming, all around. So this is how it is,
Okay, so Siddhant, you are into apparels apparently.
Yes.
So this season up again, the festive season or the wedding season comes very strongly when it comes to Indo-Western outfits. I mean, I have been shopping a lot during Durga Puja, being a Bengali. Wedding season is coming, my friends are getting married. So how effectively does culture or different, because there are different cultures have their different ways of working. How important is culture and traditions in those terms for you?
So India is a land of festivals and all celebrations. So in the west you'll have a Ganesh Chaturthi, in the south you'll have an Onam or focus on the Shera, on the Durga Puja would be very prevalent in the east, and in north of course we got Lodi and Diwali and all these Karwa Chauths. So it's very important that we focus on the kind of festival which is celebrated in that region, and all our products are designed based around that festival, and we promote it in our marketing activities through that during that time.
Okay, so does your Indo-Western apparels come out very strongly during this time? The heavily marketing is done during those intervals of.
Yeah, the Q3 and Q4, of course, 70% of our marketing budgets go around these 2 quarters, and 30% is spent in the first 2 quarters.
Lovely, lovely. Coming to you, Bharat, how does culture play that culture or the wedding season?
So I think whenever a festival comes in any of the states in India, we design our campaigns that run online according to them. So for example, if there is a Ganesh Chaturthi in Maharashtra, then we will try and uh, design the campaigns in the cultural language, in the Marathi language, so that they sell good. And actually, we have seen a lot of improvement when we use regional languages while designing the campaigns for that particular state. Plus, like for example, there is Shivratri, there is Ganesh Chaturthi. Then we have, for example, backflow statues, idol statues with us that sells very good during those festivals. Then around Durga Puja, our Havan cups, they are already best-selling product of ours. They sell very good at the time of Durga Puja and Diwali in Kolkata. So
So
that's
do you see an increase in the sales during the festive
yes,
season?
yes, a lot of that. A lot
And
of
marketing
that.
is
Yes, yes.
full-fledgedly
Yes,
going on?
yes, yes.
Okay, so coming to you for hospitality sector. So Mohit, how, because when wedding season comes in, every hotel is booked. Every hotel is booked. How does it play? Because festive season, again, when festive season occurs, people want to stay at home. But when the wedding season comes and when there are big destination weddings happening, when there is, that full luxury weddings happening, hospitality sector, hotels take a very major place in that. What is your
Absolutely.
take in it?
So let's say specifically in our industry, we divide this complete sector of celebration into weddings and to the food promotions. So as correctly said by Siddhant as well. So what do we do is, let's say we celebrate India. We celebrate India in terms of a lot of our food fest. So we do Rajasthani cuisine, we do Punjabi cuisine, we keep on doing during Durga Puja, we do Navratra thalis. So we induce a lot many cultures during these particular time. Wedding season is a earning season for me. A big fat Indian wedding is generally what helps us a lot. Currently the hotel is full to the capacity. I'm sure the nearby hotels are also full. We are having wedding celebrations in the hotel, which gives a huge opportunity for us and for our teams to celebrate and to portray and gives the jobs to a lot of other event companies and all. And the way they display Indian hospitality, I still remember yesterday I was there in my lobby, and a few of the foreigners, they walk into me and they requested that can you please give me 10 minutes to sneak in and go to an Indian wedding which is just celebrated in your hotel. So wedding, yes, it in terms of business, it's great in India. You talk about any business hotel, you talk about any destination wedding, it's been great. People like to generally spend. Coming to culture celebrations, we do it through our food fest. Be all cuisines, Rajasthani, Indian, and we do market it all through our social media.
Lovely.
I think just to add, it's not only the wedding season for them now. It is also IPL and all the cricket matches, especially the World Cup. Bizarre, everybody has.
Absolutely, absolutely. Every we sneak in and we look forward for every reason to celebrate.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
Even I think COVID could not stop the wedding season.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even with 50 people, they want to
Absolutely,
get
yeah.
married.
When everything was shut, there was one particular business which was still going, and everyone will be flabbergasted to know it was wedding. Wedding was still happening. People were still saying that we would like to spend money, and that's one thing which is rolling in, for sure.
So that is gonna stay.
That's going
And
to stay.
plus India. There's a reason why we are the largest. What do you call? It's the population, the largest population in the world. There must be a reason for it. Okay, so coming on to my next question. So traditional media, we have seen that it has taken a very high rise in the last 1 2 years, and for founders, for marketeers, for even operations, it is it has taken a major toll. Being digital media being the cheapest and the most effective, you get the results very soon with digital media. But traditional media is something which is gonna stay. Like there are people now, Gen Z, Gen Alphas, Millennials, Gen X, everyone still want to see the billboards, what is happening. as you mentioned, that AI has taken a very major role in our lives. AI is transforming and it is evolving even faster than humans in today's date. Every 3 months, every 2 months, everything is changing. Campaigns are being generated through AI. Data is being generated through AI. So how do you look at these 360-degree comprehensive marketing campaigns particularly when we look at brands? Because as Vipin said, I think that जो दिखता है वही बिकता है और जो ज़्यादा दिखता है वो और ज़्यादा बिकता है. So इस time पे when the mix of traditional, the blend of traditional and digital media occurs, how do you envision the branding of brands going for the audience? Of course, let's start with Siddhant. Okay, come on.
Yeah, so जो दिखता है वही बिकता है, वो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात है. So digital दिखाओ, physical भी दिखाओ, दोनों जगह दिखाओ. But digital has, in the last few years, become a very cluttered market, and it's got more expensive than what it used to be. So people have started moving more to the physical platforms like a billboard or a newspaper article. And it gives you more credibility because digital is, since it's so accessible, everybody and anyone is doing it. And with the billboards coming in and the print media coming in, it's relatively gives you a differentiating factor. And the content, I would want to add that the content that you put on the digital platforms or the physical platforms are as important as the channel that you're using to promote it. Probably getting a brand ambassador or getting influencer marketers to do that for you makes a very big impact on your ROI of that particular marketing activity.
Makes sense. So influencer marketing is something you would like to rather focus on.
Yeah,
to
the
get
content,
your,
the content, the campaign, the storytelling, and everything around the content is as important as the channel you use to promote it.
True that, true that. Vipin, coming to you, you are more of a digital first, you have an approach of digital first. But do you see that this blend, because people are getting attracted, they want to touch, they want to see what is there, what is not there, with the AI transforming and evolving. Do you see coming to the physical side of it and how these, working with all these channels, with how greatly will it benefit for the brand?
I think the trend is people see the ads digitally, but they intend to buy physically. That's the trend, right? So probably nobody reads the newspaper these days, and there's so many ads come in newspaper. People would actually see the ad on the Instagram because all the agencies, whether it is Meta or YouTube or Google, they will target you as per your age or your choice or everything. And so people see the ad digitally, but they want to buy physically. Similarly, when we started, we were a D2C brand. Now we are an omni-channel brand. So we are online and offline both. So our mix of online and offline is 65 versus 35%. So we are across all the modern trade, general trade, airports, DMRC, everywhere. And then we are online also, right? So the customer intend to buy physically better because he has multiple choice to see at the same time. Otherwise, he has to go online, go into a e-com website or any of the shopping app. He has to choose the product, then compare it, and then finally select it and then buy it. However, if you go in any of the modern trade or any of the stores, you see 5 different brands at the same place with multiple pricing whatsoever it is. So people intend to buy physically, rather than buying it online.
Bharat, what do you think? Like even with the IPL that has come up, people have been glued to their televisions, and Disney plus Hotstar saw one of the biggest hits ever. I was myself watching. There was almost nearly 6 crore people watching at one go. So how do you take these comprehensive 360-degree campaigns? How effective do you think it will make? Or is it that digital will have more impact because it helps reach more audience? But again, they want to feel and touch things. So
I think digital has its own impact, and the traditional way of marketing has its own impact. But the only difference is that when you are spending more on digital ads, then yes, you have to be available online. But when you are going with the offline ads, then you have to be available offline also. Because, for example, if if the generation like my father, for example, is seeing the ad in the newspaper, then he will not go online to purchase the product. He would choose the nearest kirana store and go there and then buy the product. So I think you need, as soon as you start selecting the offline channel as the channel for marketing, then you have to be present offline. Otherwise, you have to choose. Like for example, radio ads. Yes, they can pull the customers online, but as far my knowledge is concerned, if we have to go with the newspaper or the traditional ad channels, then you have to be present offline also.
Lovely. Mohit, your inputs on this?
Right. I feel that the way AI is growing, the way technology is growing, the way digitalization is growing, I think that's the platform everyone needs to be there, and it is growing exponentially.
It is one of the trends of 2024.
I can tell you what happens is it brings the positive. There are a lot of positive sides. First and foremost, there are a lot of players, lot of new products which are coming into the market, healthy competition which is coming up into the market, price mechanism has really improved, competition has improved. I think digital is the new era which is going around, and I personally feel now what happens is over a period of time, let's say if I talk about hospitality, things were very limited, and in our industry you do not eat food, you eat it from your eyes first. So the presentation is eventually one thing which is very important. So if there are bloggers, there are influencers who are coming in and they have an access to lot many other people who are already associated with their channel, and then they present that food through their channel, and people eat it through their eyes. That is what affects, and that is how we have grown a lot in terms of digitalization. Every promotion you talk about it, it goes zip, and people, all the millennials who are here, I still remember a time when he said correctly that kirana store. I have seen a transformation in my own parents. They don't want to go to kirana store. They said Amazon is available, go for it. Myntra is available, go for it. And because in our lives, we are so busy right now, we want everything at an ease. And this digitalization has brought a lot of ease. I'm not talking about the hardships about it, but I personally feel that this is the new India, evolving India with a lot of digitalization, lot of opportunities for customer, healthy competition, and the way it is growing, it's great.
Lovely. So also, okay, I think that makes a fair point because of course, the blend of it will help it at the end. Okay, so my last question to four of you, Siddhant, I would like to start with you on this. That when we talk about the season hits, when we talk about, as you mentioned, Diwali and Holi are one of the Lori, sorry, are one of the most high time for you. When it comes to the excess inventory, because naturally we need those, because you also don't want that people are coming and you're unable to give it. Provide the apparels that are required. So how do you take care of the inventory on those times, and also sustainably whatever is left behind you try to promote it? How do you go ahead with your brand on that?
So India is not just about the Indian festivals or the weddings. We also have adopted the Western festivals like a Black Friday or a Valentine's Day or a Mother's Day. We just need an excuse to sell. So that being said, just yesterday was Black Friday. So that is one of the core events where we liquidate our excess inventory, and we also build up a lot of inventory during that time because we expect huge sales. So yesterday was actually the highest sale we've done in the last 10 years.
Wow.
So Black Friday is always, it's just this trend has picked up in the last 2 years. It was never there before this, and I'm sure there'll be many more days which will be created just for retail. And so these are
Black Friday for the win.
Yeah, Black Friday is very good for the apparel industry. I don't know about the others.
Yeah, we clocked in the highest revenue as well. Not Black Friday, but eventually the way things are growing in.
Yeah, so that's one of the ways. But otherwise, we are very careful about our inventory planning. We are very careful because we are a very data-driven company, and because we've been into business, we're fairly a young company. We're 5 years old, but we look at data on how we have sold and what are the good selling styles, what are the new styles. And we also use AI in our product development, in which we try to combine a few styles and see what will move in the stores. So we design products based on AI, and so we're very careful about our product planning.
So AI is also the future for Chic.
Yeah, we have to. It's like it's a necessary evil, I would say. So it's required. Yes.
The digital India. Okay, Bharat, coming to you, how about your thoughts? How do you manage the inventory when it's, the festive season or it's particular season time? As everyone here said that Diwali is usually the peak. Diwali just went by. How do you handle the inventory on those angles?
So I think we are also quite a data-driven company, and we decide basis the last year sales and what projections we have for the current year. So fortunately and unfortunately, both we actually run out of stock 4 or 5 days before the festivals, both Diwali and Holi. And this time, what happened was the demand was such that we kind of arranged some of the boxes, like 1,000 plus boxes, in the last 10 days of the festival because the customers were really demanding it. So yes, we have to plan the stock, but usually we don't maintain inventory for more than 2 months with us. So all of our inventory is sold out really soon.
So after that, the fresh batch comes in. Lovely. So Vipin, coming to you, like fitness is something that people are. I don't think you always need excess inventory. So how do you cater to it?
So I think if you know your business, you know how the season would work, and they obviously, as he rightly said, that every business is data driven. So there's a growth of 10x, 20x, 10%, 20%, 50%. So that's how you control and manage your inventory. Season time, obviously, that you have to stock up, and there's always a point that wherein your batch is expiring, then you liquidate it. The way we do it is we do it either the limited edition for the seasonal products or the festive products, or we in case there's a surplus inventory, we liquidate it, or we gift it to multiple charitable houses. This is how we do it.
And Mohit, how about you? Like, of course, again, the wedding season is approaching. With the food that comes in, with the linens that comes in, how do you cater to the inventory when it's at its highest peak? And firstly, congratulations on the highest revenue
Thank you very
target.
much.
But how do you cater to this inventory?
So what do we do is we have solutions for all our segments. So our business is particularly divided into a lot of our segments, and we have solutions for everyone. As correctly said, during IPL, we were knowing that IPL, Ahmedabad, when it was India-Pakistan match, it's going to be a hit. We were knowing finals, it's going to be a hit. We were knowing a lot of these particular insights. So what we did was in Pride Ahmedabad, we added more rooms to it. So we geared it up a year in advance, knowing that okay, this is a schedule which is going to be, this is how exactly things to be. That insight really helped us to plan for IPL for our Ahmedabad property. Coming to Pride Aerocity. So we were knowing that this is a time of a segment wherein most of our clients will be doing their business meetings in our hotel, right? So we were knowing it perfectly. So we started filling up our inventories likewise. And during the days, now you see, now you open up, I still know 26th, 27th of November, if you are planning to take any room in Aerocity, you will not get less than 15,000 rupees plus taxes without breakfast on a single occupancy. So that's how the demand and supply analysis, plus we find solutions for all our segments very well in advance when we are planning it for a month or for a year in advance. So our planning, our budgets, are eventually forecasting. We generally believe in our industry, we work on forecastings. So our forecastings are basically for a week, for a month, for next 3 months, for next 6 months. 6 months we stop. And then we understand that, okay, holistic picture tells us that this particular month will grow, this particular months we need to have more of stuff coming in. So our planning is all about our forecasting. So we do, and we have solutions for all our segments, all our business prospects which are coming in.
Lovely, lovely. So, so Mohit, you told me that this has been the highest season for you. Siddhant, you shared that this has been the highest season for you. Bharat,
Highest
I
day.
would like to, huh?
Highest day.
Highest day, sorry, highest day. I would like to know from you, Bharat, that what season or a particular day, what has been, and of course, you told me that, it's usually out of stock and you have to come with a fresh batch. But what is the time of that particular period when you actually decode the success mojo?
So this time I think there was a change. Like we stopped local shippings 5 days before the 3 days before the festival, and the national shippings 5 days before the festival. But this time one good thing happened was that we got onto Blinkit just at the time of the festival, and as soon as our stocks were over and we were not able to ship the stocks after making them stock out on website, we kind of ran an campaign of we actually activated a campaign to purchase the stock from Blinkit.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so last 4 days the sales on Blinkit were like the highest, and so I got a call from the Blinkit team that we are very happy working with your brand for the first time that we are working, and it has shown an amazing response.
Collaboration also
Yeah,
works
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, collaboration.
And how about Vipin, you?
I think every day is a season for me, but obviously Diwali is a very very important season because most of the products goes into gifting. So
Right.
apart from a regular requirement, there's a gifting. So yes, I think we got 200x growth over the last Diwali, Diwali to Diwali.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So thank you all of you for sharing your time, your insights, and I'm sure we will get something out of it for sure. And now I request Vipin for you, I think, for to share the extra uh, gifts. for
Yeah,
the
I have
panelists.
I have some gifts for all my
Panelists.
colleagues here. Yeah.
Am I getting some?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
of course,
no?
of course, of course.
I want to eat.
Smriti.